All right, get ready, because today we're going deep on the Amazon Affiliate Associates program.
Yeah.
You know that thing where you see all these influencers just like dropping links, seemingly making tons of money?
Right.
Is it really all it's cracked up to be?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to find out.
Exactly.
And more importantly, we're going to look into if it's something that you could actually make work for you.
Right.
We've got some really interesting stuff to look at today.
Yeah.
We've got some insights from a YouTube marketing guru. We've got a super in-depth article from HubSpot.
Yes.
And we even pulled some stuff from Amazon's own website.
All right.
So let's jump into it.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like there's this perception that it's just this easy way to make money.
Yeah.
But like anything worth having, it takes some work.
Yeah.
Some strategy.
Definitely.
And you really got to understand how it works.
Absolutely.
If you're going to be successful.
Okay, so first things first.
Yeah.
For anyone who's not totally familiar with it, what exactly the Amazon Affiliate Associates program?
Okay, so essentially it's a way for you to earn money by recommending Amazon products.
Got it.
To your audience.
Okay.
So you get a special link, you share it on your website, maybe your blog, social media.
Yeah.
And then if someone clicks that link and buys something, you get a percentage of that sale.
Oh, cool.
A commission.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the largest affiliate programs out there.
Really?
And it's open to all sorts of people.
Interesting.
Bloggers, YouTubers, someone with a niche website, all sorts.
So you're saying, like, my obsession with vintage board games could actually make me some money.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
That's where, the whole niche thing comes in.
Right.
But we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about the money. Can you actually make money doing this?
Right.
The YouTube guru that we watched, it's very clear. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay.
But with real effort,
right,
you could earn a significant income.
So we're not talking about just like chump change here.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
Could be talking a few $100 a month to tens of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Potentially, depending on a lot of different factors.
It's a big range.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that the commission rates are different.
Okay.
Depending on what you're selling.
Oh, interesting.
Some things you only make 1% on.
Okay.
But other things can be as high as 20%.
20%. Okay, now I'm really curious.
Yeah, right.
What kinds of things have that 20% commission?
That's part of the strategy.
Right.
Figuring out what's going to be profitable.
Okay.
The HubSpot article really stressed that you got to be passionate about what you're promoting.
Okay, so let's say, like, I'm sold, I want to make money from vintage board games.
Okay.
Can just anyone become an Amazon associate?
Well, there are a few things you have to do.
Okay.
First, you need a platform to share those links. So a website, a blog, active social media, something like that.
Got it.
And they're not just looking for any old website. They want to see quality.
Yeah.
They want you to be providing value to your visitors. They're looking for sites that are well established, have a decent amount of content, look professional, all that good stuff.
So I can't just throw up a quick website with a few links and call it a day.
No.
Okay.
And they actually have a bit of a reputation
for
being strict about who they let in to the program.
Yeah.
And there's an initial sales requirement, too.
Oh.
You have to make at least 3 sales in your first 6 months.
Wow. So they're looking for people who can actually do it.
Exactly.
Not just sign up and disappear.
Yeah, you got to be able to prove.
Okay, so what are some common reasons people get rejected?
Well, one of the big ones is just not having enough original content.
Right.
They want to see that you're adding value.
Okay.
Not just like copying, pasting information from other sites.
Okay.
Misusing links.
Okay.
Like putting them in emails, stuff like that.
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah, trying to trick people into clicking them.
Okay.
Your website's got to meet certain standards for quality, user experience, things like that.
So they've got a pretty tight ship over there.
Yeah, they do. They have a process.
All right. So let's say you make it through the application.
Okay.
You're officially an Amazon associate. Now what?
Now the real fun begins.
All right, let's hear it.
But before we get into how to actually make this thing work, let's talk about the rules.
Okay.
Amazon has some specific guidelines that you have to follow.
Okay.
And if you break them, you can get kicked out of the program.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Lay down the law for me.
Okay.
What are the big no-nos?
So number 1,
transparency
is key.
Okay.
You have to tell your audience
Yep.
that you're an Amazon associate.
Okay.
And that you might earn money.
All right.
If they buy something through your link.
Okay. Seems straightforward enough.
Right.
What about some of the less obvious rules?
One of the most tempting things, especially when you're starting out, is to buy things yourself.
Oh, sneaky. Through your own link.
So no getting a little kickback on my own shopping sprees.
Not allowed. No.
Oh, okay.
And you can't put the links in emails either.
Really?
No.
So no spamming my friends and family?
With links to the latest gadgets.
Exactly. You've got to promote your links organically.
Got it.
Through your content.
Okay.
And of course, you can't make misleading claims about products
got it.
just to drive sales.
Okay. Yeah.
It's all about building that trust with your audience.
Yeah, you want people to come back.
Right.
Not feel tricked.
Exactly.
So what happens if I don't hit that 3-sale target in the first 6 months?
That's a good question.
You mentioned that the account gets closed. Is that it?
Not necessarily. You can reapply.
Okay.
But they're going to want to see what you've done to improve your chances of success.
Okay, so those first 6 months are really...
They are.
Make or break.
Yeah.
You can't just clicks along. Yeah.
I know.
All right. So we've covered the basics. We've covered the rules.
Yep.
Now let's get into the juicy stuff.
Okay.
How to actually make this thing work.
Right. So there's no like magic formula.
Okay.
But there are some tactics that work. And it comes down to understanding the pros and cons of the program itself.
So before we dive into the how-to, let's take a step back.
Okay.
Big picture. What are the big advantages
to
joining the Amazon Affiliate Associates program?
Well, one of the biggest ones is just how huge Amazon is.
Right.
They're like the king of online retail, millions of products, customers all over the world.
Yeah.
By becoming an associate, you get access to all of that.
Okay.
And you can earn commissions on pretty much anything.
It's like having this giant department store at my fingertips.
Yeah.
Except I don't have to deal with inventory or shipping.
Exactly.
Okay, so what other advantages are there?
Well, Amazon's a big name.
Yeah.
People trust them.
Right.
That can make it easier to convince someone to buy through your link.
So I'm kind of like leveraging their brands to boost my own sales.
Right.
Okay. What about ease of use? How complicated is it? That's a good question.
To manage the account.
Well, that's another good thing. Amazon's platform is pretty user-friendly.
Okay.
Even if you're a beginner.
Okay.
It's pretty intuitive to figure out how to create the links, track your clicks, track your sales, manage your payments.
So I don't need to be like a tech wizard.
No, not at all.
To figure this out.
Nope.
Okay. Those are some pretty compelling advantages.
Right.
But let's not sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
What are some of the downsides?
Well, one of the most common complaints is that the commission rates are kind of low.
Compared to some other programs.
Right.
Like we said, some things are as low as 1%.
Yeah.
Even the higher ones are capped at 20.
Right. So you might have to sell a lot
to
make a good amount of money.
Exactly.
Okay. What are some other potential downsides?
So another one is the cookie duration.
The what?
The cookie duration.
Okay. What's that?
That means that you only get the commission if the customer adds a product to their cart within 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Of clicking your link.
So if they wait longer than 24 hours.
If they come back and buy it 2 days later, you don't get anything.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
You're essentially in a race against the clock.
Pretty much.
Okay. Are there any other potential downsides?
Another one is they have all those strict policies and guidelines like we talked about.
Yeah.
You break them.
Yeah.
You can get kicked out.
So this isn't a program where you can just wing it.
You can't just wing it.
Okay.
You have to know the rules and play by them.
Yeah.
And, you know, Amazon can change their commission rates or their policies at any time.
Okay.
Which can obviously impact how much you make.
Right. So flexibility is key.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah.
And maybe the most important thing is being realistic.
Be realistic, right?
About expectations.
Yeah.
This can be a great way.
It can be.
To bet some extra money.
Yeah, supplemental income.
But it's not.
It's not a guarantee.
A guarantee.
No.
Got it.
It takes work.
Right.
It takes effort. And you need a strategy.
Okay, so before we move on to the strategies, what are some key takeaways you think listeners should keep in mind about the pros and cons?
I think it comes down to it's a great opportunity.
Okay.
But it's not for everyone. You need to weigh those advantages.
Yeah.
Like access to so many products. The trust that people already have in Amazon against those potential downsides.
Okay.
Like the low commission rates. And those strict rules. You got to figure out if it's the right fit.
Yeah, if it's a good fit.
For your goals, your skills, how much time you're willing to put in.
Absolutely.
And don't forget that there are other things you can do, even within Amazon.
Oh, interesting.
Beyond just the affiliate program.
So stay tuned, because in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to be exploring those other paths.
Exactly.
And talking about some inspiring stories of people who are really killing it in the world of Amazon entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah.
We just finished talking about all the pros and cons of the Amazon Affiliate Associates program. You might be thinking, okay, that's great, but is anyone actually making this work?
Right. Like, does this actually work?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone.
And the answer is a resounding yes.
Yes, absolutely.
There are so many people out there who are successfully using this program to make a really good income.
It's not about magic. It's not about luck. It's about strategy, persistence, really understanding how this thing works.
Okay, so what separates the successful people from the ones who are just struggling to make a few bucks?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
One of the most common things is that they are super focused on a specific niche. They've figured out who their target audience is, what they're passionate about, and they've become the go-to resource for that audience.
So instead of trying to be everything to everyone, they've carved out their little...
Exactly. Become an expert in that one area.
Got it.
So in the HubSpot article, they gave a really good example.
Okay.
A website called The Wirecutter.
The Wirecutter. Okay.
They've built this reputation for providing really good reviews on all sorts of products, tech gadgets, kitchen appliances, all sorts of stuff. They're a trusted source, and they've integrated those Amazon links really well.
I bet their readers appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel like they're just constantly being...
Exactly. You don't be too salesy. You want to be helpful.
Right. Provide that genuine value.
Exactly.
Okay. Was there another example?
Yeah, they had another one in there.
Okay.
It was Outdoor Gear Lab.
Outdoor Gear Lab. Okay. And they focus specifically on outdoor gear.
Okay.
Apparel.
Got it.
All that stuff.
Makes sense.
And they have a following of hikers, campers.
Okay.
People who love the outdoors.
Yeah.
They provide really detailed reviews.
Okay.
All data-driven.
Oh, cool.
To help people make the best choice.
So again, I imagine those Amazon links are kind of sprinkled in throughout their website.
Yeah, it's all about helping people make a decision.
Yeah, and as they're doing that,
they're helping money.
Also generating income.
Exactly.
Okay, so niche focus, valuable content, those are key.
They are key.
What else can we learn?
So another thing is building those relationships with your audience. It's not just about being this faceless website.
Right.
You got to engage with people.
Oh, okay.
Respond to comments. Build a community.
It's about human connection.
Exactly. Even in the digital world.
It's still about people.
Right. Because people are more likely to buy from someone they know.
Someone they trust.
And trust.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to just create the content.
No.
And share the links.
You got to build that rapport.
Got it. So how can we apply these lessons?
Well, first step.
Yeah.
Figure out your niche.
Okay.
What are you passionate about?
Okay.
What do you know a lot about?
Right.
Who do you want to connect with?
Once I've figured out my niche.
Then you got to create the content.
Okay.
That high quality content that your audience wants.
That's tailored to them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about what they're searching for. What problems are they trying to solve?
Right. What questions do they have?
Yeah. If you can give them the answers.
Yeah.
The affiliate links will come naturally.
Speaking of those links, we need to make sure people can actually find our content.
That's where SEO comes in.
Yeah, SEO, search engine optimization.
Important.
So crucial for getting our content in front of the right people.
Right, you got to optimize your website, your content for those keywords.
Got it.
So that you show up in the search results.
Okay, so we've got a good foundation. Now let's talk about some of the strategies and tools that can help us take things to the next level.
Okay.
The YouTube expert we mentioned.
Yeah, he had some good stuff.
Had some really good insights.
Yeah.
About creating product comparisons.
Yes, those tables.
Yeah, like tables and charts.
Charts, yeah. It's a great way to present that information clearly and concisely.
And visually.
Visually, so people can really understand.
I can see how that would be helpful for products where there are a lot of technical specifications.
Right.
It's a much easier way.
Yeah, much easier to compare.
To compare them side by side.
Exactly.
Okay, speaking of making things easier, are there any tools or software?
There are tons of tools out there that can help you with this whole process.
Okay, like what?
Keyword research, link tracking, all sorts of things.
Okay.
We're not going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, please don't.
With a big list of resources.
Okay.
But it's important to understand how these tools work.
Yeah, so we can use them strategically.
Exactly.
Okay, so working smarter, not harder.
Working smarter, yeah.
All right, what about strategies?
Yeah.
For promoting those links.
Okay.
Beyond just the content creation and the SEO.
Well, social media is huge.
Okay.
Especially if your niche aligns with something visual.
Okay, like Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Pinterest.
Okay.
Things like that.
Got it.
You can share your blog posts there, your reviews.
Okay.
Your comparison charts. Something like behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
Anything that's going to provide value.
It's all about finding the right platforms where your target audience
your people
is hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, what about email marketing?
Email can be good.
Okay.
But you got to be careful.
Okay.
Because remember, you can't include those links directly.
Right. In the emails.
In the emails, no.
Okay.
But you can use email to drive traffic.
To your website. Got it.
Where you can then promote the products.
Okay, so I can use email to kind of like tease
them.
Highlight the benefits, then send them to my website.
Send them to the website.
To learn more.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can build a relationship that way.
Right, that email list.
Nurture those relationships.
It's not just about blasting out those
not about
promotional emails.
Right.
It's about building that connection. Yeah.
Okay, this all sounds great, but also a lot to manage.
It is a lot of moving pieces.
Why do we keep track?
Okay.
Of all the things.
You got to be organized. You got to plan.
Got it.
Have a strategy.
Yeah.
Break down your tasks into little chunks.
Okay.
Create a content calendar.
Okay.
Schedule your social media posts.
Right.
Set aside time for email marketing.
So it's almost like running my own little mini business.
Like a mini business, yeah.
Except the product I'm selling is my expertise.
Yeah.
My ability to connect
your knowledge
with an audience.
Exactly.
And just like any business, I need to track.
You got to track it.
My progress. Analyze my results.
You got to analyze.
Yeah, because if something's not working.
Right. Is it actually working?
Yeah, I want to know.
Are you getting clicks? Are people buying? Yeah. Making money? Right. You got to know.
It's not just about working hard.
It's about working smart.
It's about working smart.
Yeah.
And using that data.
Use the data.
To guide my decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, most programs, including Amazon's, give you...
They give you reports.
Detailed reports about how your links are performing.
Exactly.
So use that information.
Use it.
To figure out what's working, what's not, and where to make adjustments.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered...
Yeah, we've talked about a lot.
A lot of ground here. Real-world success stories.
Yep.
Tactics tools.
Right.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, there's one more thing we need to talk about.
What's that?
Ethical considerations.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Of affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
This is something that's often overlooked.
I think it is.
But it's
important.
Incredibly important.
Yeah.
As affiliate marketers. We have a responsibility to be transparent
with our audience
and to promote products that we genuinely
that you actually believe in.
Yeah. So it's not just about
the money.
The money.
Yeah.
It's about
doing it.
It's about the right way.
Doing the right
in a way that aligns with our values.
Exactly.
We need to be mindful of that trust that our audience places in us.
Yeah, you don't want to break that trust.
No, so promoting a product just because it has a high commission rate.
Exactly. You don't want to...
Even if I know it's not a good fit for my audience.
I got to be honest.
Okay. And we also need to be upfront. About...
Or affiliate relationship.
Amazon requires...
They do.
That disclosure that we might earn a commission.
Right. You got to tell them.
And it's not just about... complying with their rules.
It's about more than that.
It's about honesty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transparency. Yeah.
We want to build.
You want to build up
that reputation.
Yeah.
For integrity.
Right.
Okay, so ethical considerations are front and center.
They are.
What else should we keep in mind?
Okay, well,
navigate the world of affiliate marketing.
Okay, so be patient.
Okay.
Be persistent.
Mm-hmm.
This takes time.
Yeah.
It takes effort.
This isn't
It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, that I can just do in the afternoon.
Exactly.
And expect to see a ton of results.
You're not going to get rich quick.
Okay, so it's a marathon.
It's a marathon, yeah.
Not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
Got it.
Stay focused.
Okay.
Create good content.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to your audience.
Engage with them.
Yeah, engage with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep learning.
Okay.
Keep adapting.
Got it.
And don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up.
So many people give up too early.
Okay.
You got to stick with it.
Okay.
If you want to make it work.
And remember, success is about more.
It's about more
than just the money.
Yeah.
It's about
those
relationships. Yeah.
Providing value.
Providing value, yeah.
And promoting products that you believe in.
Believing in those products.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been a really insightful look into the Amazon Affiliate Associates program.
The program.
But the journey doesn't end here. When we come back for the final part. Of our deep dive, we're going to be shifting our focus to the future.
The future, okay.
Of affiliate marketing.
Cool.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah.
We've spent the last 2 parts.
Right. Really dissecting this Amazon Affiliate Associates program. We've gone over the pros and cons, uncovered some secrets from successful affiliates.
Yeah.
And even talked about
the ethical side of things.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Of this whole affiliate marketing world.
Definitely.
We've covered a lot.
We have.
But as with any good deep dive.
Right.
There's always more to explore.
Yeah.
So for this final part,
let's
shift our focus to the future.
The future of affiliate marketing.
What trends are on the horizon?
Yeah. What's coming next?
And what do they mean for people who are either
people who are
just starting out,
just getting started,
or looking to level up their game,
or people who are already doing it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The world of online business moves so fast.
It does.
So staying ahead of the curve.
You got to stay.
It's crucial.
Yeah. What should we be paying attention to?
What are some of those exciting...
Okay, so one trend that's really big right now is influencer marketing.
Okay, influencer marketing. That makes sense.
It makes sense.
Because they already have...
They have an audience.
Yeah.
People trust them. So it's a natural fit.
For affiliate marketing.
Yeah, natural fit.
Okay.
And with TikTok and Instagram blowing up...
Yeah, they're huge.
It's easier than ever to connect with influencers.
So instead of just relying on my own website...
On your own stuff.
I could potentially...
tap into...
Tap into the reach... of these influencers.
To promote your products.
To promote my products.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like outsourcing my marketing.
In a way. If you find the right influencer.
Yeah.
Who really connects with your audience.
Yeah, whose audience aligns with my audience.
Yeah, it can be.
It could be really powerful.
Really powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other trends
another one
are shaping the future?
Is personalization.
Okay, personalization.
Yeah, people are just bombarded.
Yeah, I feel that.
With messages.
All the time.
Marketing messages everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere you look.
Yeah.
And they've gotten really good at tuning those out.
Okay, so we need to move beyond.
We need to get specific.
Yeah.
We can't just be generic anymore.
Yeah, those generic marketing messages.
Right. Nobody wants that.
Nobody's buying it.
Nobody's buying it. Exactly.
Okay, so we need to tailor our content
to the specific people you're trying to reach.
Right.
You got to understand them.
Oh, okay. So really understand.
Understand your audience.
My audience.
Yeah. Segment them.
Okay.
Into different groups based on what they like.
Okay.
What they do. Right. And then you give them those really targeted
recommendations
that feel relevant and valuable.
Personal to them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The more personalized
it is,
the more likely someone is.
The more likely they are
to actually buy
something.
Okay, personalization.
Personalization, is
key.
So mobile optimization is huge.
Yeah.
More and more people are using their phones and tablets.
Yeah, I do everything on my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if your website isn't optimized for mobile, you're missing out.
You're missing out on a lot.
On a lot of people.
So no more clunky websites.
Right. Those websites
that take forever to load.
That take forever on a phone. Make sure your website is responsive.
Right.
Meaning it adapts to different screen sizes.
Okay. And the content needs to be
easy to read
on a small screen.
Easy to navigate.
Easy to navigate.
Okay. And what about those?
And the links.
It's links.
Yeah, those affiliate links.
Make sure they're mobile friendly.
Yeah. Easy to click on a phone.
It's all about creating that smooth experience.
That good user experience.
Yeah, for the user, no matter what device they're using. Okay. What else?
Okay, so this one might sound a little futuristic.
Okay.
But voice search is becoming really important.
Oh, voice search, like Alexa, Siri.
Alexa, Siri, yeah. Okay. People are using these.
Yeah, I use those all the time.
To find information and even buy things.
Really?
Wow. So we got to think about that.
Okay, so we need to optimize.
Optimize your content.
For how people talk.
For how people talk.
Yeah, because think about it.
Yeah.
When you're talking to Alexa, you're not going to say best running shoes.
Yeah, and you'd be like, Alexa, what are the best running shoes?
Right. What are the best running shoes for flat feet?
Exactly.
You're going to use more natural language?
Yeah.
So we got to think about that.
It's a whole different way of
thinking. It is, yeah.
About SEO.
It's not just keywords anymore. It's how people...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
As we wrap up this deep dive into the Amazon
Affiliate Program
Associates Program, what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Key takeaways.
Who want
to
not just survive.
Right, not just survive.
But thrive.
Thrive, yeah.
In this ever-evolving, ever-changing world.
Okay, so number one, influencer marketing.
Okay, influencer marketing.
Find those influencers.
Yeah, find those influencers.
Who align with your brand, whose audience trusts them.
Right.
It can really help you.
It can be a game changer.
It can be.
Okay, number two.
Number two, personalization.
Personalization.
Get to know your people.
Right.
Give them what they want.
Yeah. Really understand them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number three. Mobile optimization. Make sure it works.
Make sure everything works.
On those phones.
On those phones and tablets.
Exactly.
And number four.
Don't forget about
voice search.
Voice search.
Yeah. How people talk.
Okay.
Use that natural language.
Because the world of affiliate marketing, it's dynamic.
It's always changing.
It's always evolving.
Yeah.
Stay curious.
Yeah.
Stay informed, and don't be afraid. To experiment. Try new things. See what works.
And above all, remember that success
in affiliate marketing
is about more.
It's about more than just the money.
Than just making money.
Yeah.
It's about building those genuine relationships.
Yeah.
Providing value.
And
promoting products.
That
you believe in.
That you actually believe in.
If you can do that, the financial rewards.
The money will come.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
On this deep dive.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
For
another deep dive.
Insightful exploration.
Yeah.
Of a fascinating topic.
Exactly.